New Amsterdam Season 5 Episode 3 begins with Floyd. He meets with his family and says there may be a reason why his father has acted the way he has in the past few years. He thinks he has bipolar disorder. He goes on to say the chair of psychology gave his opinion. His mother tells him it is not true. She gets upset and says his father left them because he didn't love them enough. His sister says she didn't think he could top having a baby and a threesome. Lauren is cleaning up the apartment, and her sister Vanessa is upset when she sees the apartment is being cleaned. Lauren tells her that she may crash there for a month, but her sister doesn't like the idea until Lauren offers to pay rent. Bodies are coming into the ER from a wedding. Max arrives in the ER to help out. The groom has a bad bleed that won't stop. They need Luther and B negative to save him, and they have none on hand. Elsewhere, a young girl named Lily from the wedding is in a trance, with no visible injuries, so Iggy goes to take a look at her. There was an explosion during the wedding vows, and that is when all hell broke loose. Everything started screaming and running. One man looks like he has a bullet hole in his back. Floyd asks if he could have been shot. Turns out, he was not shot. He has the heel of his wife's shoe on his back. Iggy is with Lily. She just stares off into space and doesn't talk. He gets her to talk, but she just repeats what he says. Iggy goes outside and tells her mother that she is suffering from trauma, and she has to admit to the behavioral health ward. They found blood for the groom, but it might not get there in time. So, instead, they fly to Bermuda to get the donor. It takes some creative work to get the donor's address, but Elizabeth does it. She and Max are on their way. Iggy is with Lily's mom. He tells her that she is on meds to release her from her canonic state. She says after the person started the fire at the wedding, everything went crazy. All of a sudden, Lily starts to go in distress. Max and Elizabeth go to the donor's house but have no luck getting them to cooperate. Iggy is with Lily. She is awake. He tries to recreate the wedding with dolls. Lily asks Iggy if he is okay, her husband, but she is just a little girl. Max gets a call. The groom, the man that they were flying to save. He was about to marry the little girl. It was a child wedding. The donor shows up at the airport. She wants to help. The staff is feeling horrible. They have treated murderers and it didn't feel like this. All those patients they treated from the wedding supported this. Iggy says it was a smoke bomb. Lily's older brother, who is 15, did it. He was trying to save her. Iggy says there is no law against this kind of marriage. Nobody is going to get punished for this. Well, just Lily. Iggy drops by to see the kids. He is heartbroken over Lily. Lauren goes to her sister's apartment, who tells her that she is sorry. She really appreciates that she is trying to make up for stuff. Floyd goes to see his father and tells him that he may be bipolar and he has been living with it most of his life. He tells him that everything he did was not his fault. He would like him to go to the hospital to get tested so they can look at treatment. He doesn't want to do it. He just wants an apology from his mother because he says everything he did is not his fault. Max asks Elizabeth if they did the right thing. She tells him their job is not to judge, it is to save lives. She tells him to go home to Luna. He does, and he sleeps on the floor beside her bed. And the episode ends. It's hard to ignore the undeniable chemistry between Max and Elizabeth Wilder. The two enthusiastically traveled all the way to Bermuda together in efforts to bring back a rare blood donor to New York City. And when it turned out the recipient of the donation became injured while attempting to marry a literal child bride, Max was there to wipe away Wilder's tears as she offered some much-needed comforting words. We also have to note Max's touching efforts to learn and speak ASL, and Wilder's constant presence when he was mourning his relationship with Helen. So, with all of this in mind, does this mean they have a strong friendship and working relationship, or is a love story in their future? When NBC Insider asked Eggold about a potential romance between Max and Wilder, he didn't give too much away. It's really fun to play this relationship with Sandra because she's an amazing actress, and we really have a lot of fun playing these scenes, he says. When she first met Max, I think there was a real closeness there immediately, and one of the first things she said to him was, "Don't let her go," talking about Sharp. He continued, "I think they have a real connection, and I've had an absolute blast playing these scenes. Where that goes, I truthfully don't know, and I'm excited to see it." Saying we're excited too would be an understatement.